What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Twist Life for TV. I am Poetry. You are here for another recap and review of Power, Book 3, Raising Kanan, Episode 2 of Season 4. It's All Love? I think that's the title of it. I'm just going to hop right into it, y'all. So we start the episode off with Juke has joined the army. She's in the military, which means Kanan is a senior now. They start off with her just going through some basic training moves, and then we move on to a press conference where the police deputy, or what is it? She's not the chief. He's over the chief. The commander? I think it's the commander. He's giving a press conference about Howard's death, and he's tying in Howard's death with Ronnie and Ronnie's gang affiliation, because apparently Ronnie was under investigation. I don't know when the hell that started, considering he had just got out of jail, but they're tying him in to that investigation. Now, I noticed that we didn't have any more mentions about corrupt cops, or remember the judge being corrupt and the prisoners got released. We had no more mentions of that at all in these past 2 episodes. But the investigation itself is supposedly closed because they consider that Howard was a corrupt cop. So the FBI is pulling back their task force, and they're blaming their deaths on terrorist activity from foreigners or something of that nature. Then we go to Marvin, the lawyer, whose name is Andre, and Rock. They having a little meeting, and he's explaining to them what the FBI is planning to do as far as pulling back or scaling back the investigation that they have on them. But Rock wants to make sure, so Andre gonna do a little digging to find out what it all really means. Then we see Unique. Remember, Unique had brain injury that wasn't treated. He went to a vet. The vet kicked him off with his friend. And he supposedly healed from his brain injury just being at the friend mechanic shop. But because of his brain injury, he's going to start acting a little bit erratic, right? Irrational, making bad decisions, making abrupt moves and things like that. So Unique decides to go home, because remember, he still has to let Pranessa know that he alive. He goes home. House is cleared out. Kind of, sort of. They left a whole lot of shit behind. They didn't really clean the house up. They didn't really pack everything up either. They left some shit behind, but the house is basically vacant. Pranessa's gone. He don't know where she at least that's what we think at this particular point. And, he starts to flip out because he see his child's little checkers board, and he starts to flip out and starts to bang his head and shit like that. Now, these are actual signs of somebody suffering from a brain injury. However, Joey Badass is not pulling off this role for me. He's just not. My ponytail, pineapple look lopsided. I don't know why, but okay. He's not pulling off this role for me. It's something about his delivery. I don't know if he just didn't want to be at work that day. He don't really want to be back on the set because he was quitting the show. He didn't get fired, and then the fans wanted him back. So it's weird how he's making this delivery. He's supposed to be presenting himself as a changed man, and he is changed to me. His acting has gotten worse. That's what I'm seeing right here. Anyhow, we moving forward. Kanan, he at his crib with his new little buddy called OC, and his money looking a little funny. Of course, profits are not as high as they used to be. Crystal is still living with him. I thought he had told her ass to bounce when he found out about the baby, because he said the baby wasn't his, but neither here nor there. Last week, we saw in that episode that Rock had aborted Unique's baby. In that conversation, she had mentioned to the nurse that this wasn't the first time she did this. What other baby you aborted, and when did that happen? You had Kanan when you was 16. That was Howard's baby. So who was the other baby that you aborted? I'm curious to know that now. I can give a fuck about the baby you had with Unique, because I didn't think y'all should have been together in the first place. Y'all motherfuckers tried to kill each other. I thought it was stupid anyway. I found nothing romantic or cute about y'all hooking up, even though a lot of fans did. That wasn't me. I just thought that shit was fucking weird. This motherfucker has tried to literally kill me and my entire family, and then I go fuck him? Whatever. And fall in love? Whatever. It don't make no sense to me. Okay, this is some serious toxic ass shit right here, and I don't appreciate it for real. Anywho, who she have an abortion by? Was she pregnant by Howard the second time? I'm curious. Was she pregnant by Symphony? I'm curious. Who she have the abortion with? Because it wasn't with old boy, because he was gay in jail. The one who they thought was Kanan daddy. Okay, it wasn't him. Okay, so anywho, we found out that Crystal, she had an abortion too, and that's why she still there with Kanan. She did what Kanan wanted her to do, or wanted him to do, even though she wants to be a mother, she wants to have kids, even at her age, which is still a fucking teenager. She didn't want to have an abortion, but she did it anyway because that's what Kanan asked her to do. Okay, so they together. That's why she's still at that house, but she don't trust OC. Apparently OC a little nervous ass geek. He did kind of switch up on her when she came in. Kanan attributes that to him being socially awkward, but he's a good dude. He watches his money. He know how to run his books right. You know, that's how he defended OC. We didn't see no more OC the rest of this episode. Then we back at the police station with the chief. He puts Garcia on Howard's case by himself. He said he don't give a damn what the FBI is talking about. That we still gonna investigate a cop killer, whether this cop was bad or dirty. Bad or dirty, that's the same thing. Good or bad, we gonna make sure that no cop killers are gonna be on the street. So he puts Garcia on the case. Now Garcia, I believe, was the same cop that arrested Famous. Okay, he kind of reminds me of Sax, old crooked ass. That's what he reminds me of. Anyhow, the chief is giving Garcia the license to be reckless as fuck, okay? Go out there, do what you gotta do. I don't care how you get it done, but be quiet about the shit, okay? Be reckless, but be quiet. Because he has no doubt the same person that shot Howard the first time is the same person that shot him this time. Now, he's close, okay? Because the Kanan shot him the first time, but Kanan did shoot him because his mama wanted him to. This time, his mama actually did the shooting. And she didn't do her standard shooting either. You know, she do 2 to the chest and 1 to the dome. She didn't do that. She just did 1 shot, boom, I'm out. Okay, anyway. Lou gets out of rehab. And he learns that the police hemmed Famous up. Marvin thinks that Fame snitched. You know, he got faced with a bunch of time. And he on the run now. I don't think Famous on the run. I think Famous is in witness protection. That's just my take on it. We gonna see if I'm right or wrong. But he said, yeah, he got the yap and then he ran. Lou, like snitch ain't no, Fame ain't no snitch. But Marvin don't think so. Well, Lou, he said he got a meeting with the guy that Fame got his label signed to. He got a meeting with him. And so he tries to make amends with Marvin, but Marvin let him know, I love you, dog, but I don't trust nobody right now. Okay, I put all my trust and faith in Gerald, dude, you know, and see how he did me. I put my faith and trust in the counselor, and she got taken away from her. You know, she got killed. So he don't trust nobody in this particular moment, including him. Okay. Now, speaking of work, Kanan and Rock, they talk about Kanan's inventory. Rock is basically Kanan's supplier right now, and the inventory is light. They need to get some more funds. She let him know that the feds they off their ass for right now, and they can go back to moving weight like they used to. But Kanan's like, you know, hey, profits ain't like they used to. You know, cost of everything has gone up. And Rock say, you know what, I can go over your books if you need me to. And I didn't think much about it at first, but Crystal, like I said, had mentioned that OC may be a problem. And Kanan said that he trusted him. And Crystal was like, don't nobody trust him but you. And now I'm thinking that's coming back around because Rock is suggesting his books may be funny. Let me take a look at them. And it's going to come back around to OC eventually. That's my thought and theory. So, Unique goes and finds Prenessa. And the way they spinning this, like I said, they building his rage. His presentation of it is corny as fuck to me. It's overdone. Now, if you didn't know, patients that suffer from brain injuries, they what they call it, TBIs is what they call them. They do exhibit a range of emotions. They have some behavioral changes, some emotional changes. They act irrational. They act aggressive. They make illogical decisions. They be impulsive. Have mood swings. I said, well, fuck, that sound like me. Was I dropped off my head as a baby? What the hell? That sound like me. Difficulty with social judgment. Oh my goodness. Okay, anyway, he's unbelievable to me. That's all I'm saying. He's just unbelievable to me in this role. But anywho, Garcia, he rose up on Kanan. He rose up on Kanan hard. Like, like Kanan was in the car and was on the getaway. He was on feet. And we learned that it's now been 2 months after the end of last season because Garcia has been looking for Famous for that long. Like I said, I don't think Famous is missing. I think Famous is a witness protection. And he probably did snitch like Marvin was saying. But anyway, Kanan insists that he don't know where Famous is. Garcia jacked Kanan up, threw him up against the car, socked him in the belly a couple of times, but then goes on to question him about Howard and what he knows about Howard's murder. So Garcia told him, look here, I'm going to make your life real complicated. Just letting you know. He just let Kanan know that he ain't off their radar. That's all he did by exposing himself. The FBI may have stopped searching, but the locals are riding, and I'm one of the locals, and I'm going to be all over your ass. Now, Lou, he get back to his old funky ass, dirty ass apartment. It's been sitting up there for 2 fucking months like that. His family left his crib like that. Old ass food and old liquor bottles just sitting all around. Flies and maggots just traveling all through the goddamn place. Clothes all over the... Luckily the light's still on. They did pay the light bill. But this is New York. It's the city of big ass rats. And sometimes big ass roaches. His apartment is a smorgasbord for those type of pests. And he gets to cleaning up, child. Because, Lou a new man. He rehabilitated his shit. Now, I'm surprised that Juke, we will go back to boot camp with her, is the only woman in that platoon and the only black person in that platoon. This is like the early 90s at this particular time, right? Women were heavy in the Army at that time. Black people were heavy in the Army at the time. Matter of fact, the Army was considered to be the black man's branch. They went into the Army before they went into the Air Force, Marine Corps, or the Navy. Okay? I don't think that her platoon was a fair representation of the times. They made it seem like that she was the only woman that was going to be there. She's definitely was the only black person, which was weird to me. She, during this process, she learned that there was a soldier being discharged because of gay paraphernalia that he had. Now, like I said, she's supposed to have been in boot camp from what it looks like. I was curious as hell as how he would have snuck a gay magazine, into boot camp. They opened our mail when we got him. I was in the Marine Corps. I wasn't in the Army, but they opened our mail. How did he sneak a magazine in? We barely got let to go to the store during boot camp. And when we went, we had to get like our little cherry in the snow lip gloss, a lipstick, and maybe some pantyhose. But magazines, especially gay magazines, they wouldn't sell that on base. But okay, we're gonna roll with that narrative. This guy was being walked out and being discharged because of his gay paraphernalia. And normally, at least in Marine Corps boot camp, if they was coming to get your ass, they snatched you in the middle of the night. They wouldn't let nobody else see you. You wake up in the morning like, hey, we're recruits, such and such, and them motherfuckers have been taken out in the middle of the goddamn night. So anyway, you can't leave the base doing boot. If you was in the Army in the early 90s, let me know if y'all was able to leave base. We couldn't leave base in the Marine Corps. But anywho, like I said, based off of the routines and stuff that they doing, she's in boot camp. Okay, she's they weren't doing regular PT, they was doing combat training. That's boot camp. And she seemed surprised that this man was being walked out because he was gay or because he had gay paraphernalia. Nicole Daddy just told you a few months ago that they didn't have they were pretty conservative in the Army. They didn't accept every type of lifestyle. Maybe she thought they was talking about they didn't accept the blacks. No, baby, they didn't accept gays. It was like, don't ask, don't tell during that particular time. So I'm not sure why she's surprised, because he warned her about this. Well, anyway, we go back over to Marvin. Marvin went over to the Asian spot and learned that one of the workers have been stealing from them. Now, he kicked the dude out the restaurant, okay, made him strip down and found the drugs on him and cooked the dude out after the dude had lied over and over again, said he wasn't stealing nothing. He got the product back, but that was it. Where we do that at, Marvin? Where we do that at? Okay, he needs to be made an example of. These Asian motherfuckers here don't like you anyway. Okay, and their nephew is stealing from you, which I would automatically assume that you were in on it. Okay, because they trying to give me exclusive with his mom was sick. Oh, well, he should steal from y'all. Don't steal from me then, motherfucker. Okay, you don't let that type of shit slide. But Marvin just let the dude walk out, told him to get out of here, don't come back no more. Where they do that at? Okay, so Rock, she goes to her meeting with Quan. Quan tell her he raising her prices by 20%. He's sticking a tariff on that ass, okay? This episode, if y'all don't realize how fast I'm talking, that's how fast this episode is going. It's like a bunch of YouTube shorts or TikTok videos sequenced together. I swear, not one scene lasted over 1 minute. They had some 1 minute scenes or 1 minute cuts that they stitched together. Because now we going back to Juke. And she loading up on a bus going to Atlanta. End scene. That was it. She loaded up on a bus, went to Atlanta. End scene. What was the point? She was supposed to be in boot camp. Is she done with boot camp? What happened to graduation? Then we roll over to Stefano. And he calls Marvin again to be his henchman. Somebody's skimming off him, okay? He wants Marvin to go handle the dude for him. He don't want him to kill him. He just want him to put a little fear in his heart. I was like, so what, Marvin is your muscle for hire now? And you ain't paying him. But he your muscle for hire? I'm so fucking confused. Insane. That's how fast that shit was. Lou goes to his meeting with Gelfin at the doggone record label. It's a seemingly very millionated type of label. He learns that Fame earned a gold record for his single. Boom. End the conversation. That was it. Insane. Now we go back to Juke. She at Spellman. What the fuck you doing at Spellman? I'm confused as shit. I was like, wait a minute, is she just reserved? Because she would have been in boot camp for 10 weeks. 10 weeks. Okay. When Marvin picked Lou up from the rehab, he said Juke had only been gone 3 weeks. This is still the same week. Okay. Ain't no, I don't even think it turned night to day. It's still the same week at least though. It ain't been 10 weeks. Why is Juke on a bus to Atlanta? Okay. And I was like, she couldn't go to Spellman because after boot camp, she would have had to go to AIT. And depending on what career you got, AIT could last a month or it could last a whole damn year. What is she doing at Spellman? And like I said, is she graduating from boot camp? What is going on with the timeline? Why are they fucking with it like this? Why are they trying to make it no sense? And me by being in the military, this really is bothering my fucking soul, right? Anywho, she get out, she at Spellman, looking around, who walk up behind her? Aisha. Insane. Okay, so we go back to the record label. Gelfin offers Lou to run his hip-hop department, his hip-hop division. But since he fresh out the gate, Lou don't want to make any hasty decisions. He don't want to make any hasty moves. He just learning who he is as a sober man. He wants to make his next decision to be the right one for the rest of his life, right? Gelfin respects that, somebody being in rehab many times before with him. He tells him, just don't knock the idea. Just like in rehab, they tell you to keep the door open, or how they make you keep your doors open. Keep your door open here. Now remember when Lou was in rehab, he didn't keep his door open because maybe he tried to commit suicide. Anywho, he wants Lou to go meet this artist. Lou said there's only one artist on the whole fucking label that's worth a grain of salt. He wants him to go meet this artist, talk to him, and then decide on the offer. Okay? So, end scene. Rock goes to Stefano. She going to Stefano to bitch about Quan, like you need to put your boy in check. And Stefano telling him, I ain't got no control of him. That's all we do is move the product for him. You know what I'm saying? He is his own man. And she was like, well, you the one that told me to go him. He said, well, that's because I got a business arrangement with the man. So she tell him, well, what if I become the new connect? What if I become Quan? Okay? And Stefano said, well, shit, you need to know a motherfucker with a poppy field in order to do that. She said, what if I find somebody? He said, okay, if you find somebody, make me an offer I can't refuse. Stefano on his Godfather shit. You know what I'm saying? Make me an offer I can't refuse. Insane. Juke, I said June. Juke answers my question about her military career not making no fucking sense. She left the army. She went AWOL. Okay, she didn't specifically say AWOL, but this is only reason that she said that she would be in trouble for leaving is if she went AWOL. Okay, she said that yeah, I can get in trouble. Maybe I get in trouble. Oh, I know for sure, definitely I'ma be in trouble. And I just walked away on my own. That's what she said. That's called AWOL, absent without leave. And if you're gone for a mighty long time, they consider your ass a deserter. Okay. I mean, and with being AWOL, she could be facing things like imprisonment. She could possibly get some fines. They could make her go back and finish out her boot camp training and then discharge her ass. But she would definitely get a dishonorable discharge. And then all that shit could happen at the same damn time. And my thing is, how the fuck she leave? Okay. If she got discharged, if she went in there and told them that she was gay, they would discharge her ass. But if she got discharged, she wouldn't be in trouble. She said that she would be in trouble. That she's definitely going to be in trouble because she had to leave because she couldn't live her life like that. But we remember that Juke became an officer. Usually going AWOL from the military would hinder you from joining the police force. You're AWOL. The police would actually turn your ass in. They get paid to turn you in. They don't get paid a lot of money, but they get paid to turn you in. How she become a police officer? She AWOL. Unless the writers of the script is doing something funky wonky with the military situation they don't really know much about. Okay. But if she has not been discharged already, and she hasn't been processed for whatever punishment they're going to dole out to her, she wouldn't have became a cop later on. She wouldn't have. She damn sure wouldn't be a tennis Spellman. But then we found out she's not a tennis Spellman. She just went to go see Aisha. Apparently their relationship had progressed a little bit because they decided to bump bunnies. Well, actually, you know what? They didn't bump bunnies, but Juke decided to carpet munch. So Juke tried to crash her. She like, I didn't want to go back home. Let me stay here with you. Aisha's like, girl, I'm just finding out who I am. I'm just finding myself. Okay. I need to be with myself. Me, myself, and I ain't been throwing up or nothing like that since I've been here. Okay. But I don't need to have nobody else in my space while I grow. I don't need nobody to stunt my growth. I love you, but not like that. Okay. So, NC, Marvin. He go head over to the brother to beat him down for Stefano and ends up putting the dude to rest. Permanent rest. Okay. Now Stefano said, don't kill him. Okay. He make me too much money. But Marvin's ego got bruised because old boy tell him what I was thinking. You out here stepping and fetching for the white man, and I'm a pretty one that's balling making money. You can't hurt me. Master's gonna be on that ass if you do, right? Marvin said, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Pow pow, and blasted his ass. He couldn't blast that little Asian boy when he was stealing this motherfucking product. He didn't do that. But he took out the brother because the brother told him the truth about himself. Ain't that ironic? Anyway, Kanan, he learned that he's in deep with snap, crack pipe, and pop rocks. You know, he thought that okay, so when he decided to kill Ronnie, they transferred Ronnie's debt over to Kanan. He thought that paying them back whatever that dollar amount was going to settle it. Not thinking that ain't how money work in the banks or on the streets. You take money from somebody for whatever reason, they expect you to pay them back with interest. Okay? And Rock was like, she tried to speak up for him, but they was like, you ain't in this. You didn't co-sign on this loan. This was Ronnie and Kanan's partnership. He need to handle this like a business. Like I'm saying, like a businessman, right? And it ain't got nothing to do with you. And Kanan is like, what the fuck you talking about? So he tried to jump bad at them, right? And he finally realized that this is a part of the business he ain't learned from his mama. He killed Ronnie too soon. This ain't the part of the business he learned from Ronnie either. He think he's slicker than oil, but he really just went behind the ears. That's all it really is. He tried to flex on them, right? and realized real quick what time it was when all the rest of the henchmen stood up. Like what? Like what? So he turns to Rock like, Mama, what you gonna do? And she says, hey, I ain't do this. You did this with Ronnie. Y'all decided to jump out on y'all own, remember? Okay. But I'm quite sure Rock got some type of plan. At least for now. He got to work for her. Can't get his weight no other way. And no, she's like, I don't care if you don't trust me as your mama or whatever, or I can't trust you as my son. But what I need to do is trust you as my partner. And I don't know if Kanan don't realize you ain't your mama partner. You work for her, son. You work for her. So now we go Lou. He go to jail to go visit the artist that's on Geflin's label called B-Rilla. I guess they wanted to make like Glorilla. But he B-Rilla. And for those of y'all who are like, oh, that dude look kind of familiar. Where I know him from? That is the dude that Megan Thee Stallion used to date. Partisan Fontaine. That's him. Partisan is supposed to be like a rap songwriter or ghostwriter, if you will. But that whack ass disc that he wrote to Megan when they split up, he could have kept that shit, you know. Anywho, Lou decided he wants to work with B-Rilla because he seemed like he the realest, whatever. And he told him that he was going to get him out of prison. Well, he did. He got him out, like he promised. And then he was on the stage at Cafe Vu. He's still under contract with Geff, so I was wondering how that shit worked. How did he just get on open random mics without Geff's permission? But anyway, we move on. Like I told you, the scenes are moving quickly. Marvin tells Stefano that he took his boy out. He on the phone with him. On the phone with him. Telling somebody that I killed you. I killed your friend. Over the phone. Anyway, he kept saying that don't worry about the position that he left open. Niggas like him come a dime a dozen that could be filled at any time. So while he talking on the phone, Juke come in, just strolls the fuck back in. Marvin is like, my daughter's supposed to be in boot camp right now. What the fuck is going on? Okay, anybody that's in the army, y'all let me know. Is it that easy for y'all to leave boot camp? Y'all can just walk out and hop on a bus depot bus. Marine Corps training, our training camps wasn't easy to get in or out of. They was far off in the deep thicket of somewhere. We was on a motherfucking island. You know, off the coast of North Carolina, South Carolina. I don't even know. I was stationed in Camp Pendleton. I used to go visit San Diego. I still don't know where MCRD is at. You know what I'm saying? For Marine Corps Recruiting Depot. I still don't know where it's at. It's not. Anywho, is it that easy for y'all in the army? Y'all let me know. Well, Rock learned from the lawyer, Andre, that even though the FBI ain't looking at her family no more, they are still indeed looking into organized crime, which leads them to Stefano. Okay. And both her and Marvin were seen with him on separate occasions. Now, you know, Rock was curious as fuck. It's like, why the hell would Marvin be meeting with him without her? Okay. Anyway, now they want her to snitch on Stefano. And I said, ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way. They saw the person that they were just investigating meeting with the other person that they're investigating and did not think that those two were working together, or did not think they were right about Rock all along. Did not think they were right about Marvin all along. Ain't no fucking way. Now, Andre was supposed to have been just snooping around to learn what he know, and he learned about the so-called offer, because they gonna give her a free get out of jail card if she decides to snitch. Why would they tell Andre that when he just snooping around? He just trying to dig around for information. He's supposed to be discreet, right? Well, he's supposed to be discreet. But they somehow, he got on the table what the offer is and said it's an open offer. I mean, we can use it at any time. We can come back to it later if you want to, girl. Ain't no fucking way. For some reason, I told y'all last episode something about the writing. This was the opening episode, and now this one is making me say something is off, which makes me start looking and nitpicking at the fucking show of all the shit that is wrong or that's questionable. Well, even if Rock is not on the FBI radar, she's on Unique's. Okay, Unique has been stalking everybody all episode. He drove over to Pernissa's, wherever Pernissa was living. He found her, and she was just dragging the groceries and stuff into the house. He didn't bother to stop and say, "Hey, what you doing? How you doing? Where my son?" Under that. Instead, he sat in the car and went through a little emotional fit. And now he's sitting outside of where Rock was meeting up with Andre at the little diner, and he's sitting outside having another little emotional fit. Okay, you know, they trying to make Unique off his rockers. And the only reason why I think that they going this route with Unique is because Ronnie, the character, was supposed to last longer. Okay, but I don't think they wanted to pay both of them or have both of them on the scene together, because again, Unique is supposed to be dead. But since they decided to bring Unique back, they decided to resurrect Unique. They needed to take out Ronnie, because they couldn't have two characters acting the same damn way, and they still give us a little feel of the type of person that Ronnie really was by making Unique off his rockers. Now, to me, it looks like he's trying to target Andre, especially since Rock hugged him up and she told him that she needed him. Now, Unique didn't hear that part, but we heard it, so we know something finna happen bad to Andre. Now, be back at the club. Gaff is there, so that's why B Rilla can get on stage. He wanted, to see how he performed, and if he really had the stage presence to make the money that Gaff want to make, right? Well, he decided him and Lou gonna work together, and Lou agreed. Crystal, she decided to walk back in the club. Evidently, Kanan invited her there, and she's coming back to his life because that's his girl now. You, my girl. Lou, he sees Shirley. It seemed like for the first time he got a packed club, a new artist on stage, and he walk up to Shirley and she's like, "It's so good to see you. You didn't see him when he came in and brought the artist in." But anywho, Shirley seems to have this fondness for him and a fondness for Marvin. Maybe because Shirley probably was messing around with their daddy. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Marvin then walks in with Juke, and nobody questions why this girl ain't still in boot camp. They happy to see it, but nobody asks why you ain't still there. And since they have mentioned over 1,000 times this episode that nobody knows where Famous is at, everybody's asked about him. I'm guessing either Famous finna be gone this particular season, or he's gonna be gone for a large portion of it, and he may come back at the end. But again, I think Famous is in witness protection. And just in case y'all are wondering, they have already been renewed for season 5. So we got a season 5 coming. Okay. But like I said, just like that, we don't never see Andre, the lawyer, unless we see the Thomas family with him. But this time we're seeing him head to his place. So we know he finna get taken out. While he's coming down this hallway, if you look off into the shadows, you see Unique standing there. He didn't notice him. Probably a lot of y'all didn't notice it either. Unique snuck up behind him as he opened his apartment door and started to beat the man up, right? Over pussy. Over pussy that he believed that Andre is getting. Pussy belonging to Rock. And then Unique tells him, "Are you fucking her? Are you fucking her? Well, if you ain't, she's sure fucking you." And then he killed the dude. He killed Andre. Y'all, when they kill Unique off this time, I'm not gonna give a damn. I don't care. I know he's suffering from a brain injury, and I know, again, all the symptoms that he's exhibiting are conducive to having a brain injury. But taking that out of my mind and just looking at who Unique was initially, he was a thug. He was a killer. He was a gangster with a sound mind. He made sound judgments. He planned shit carefully. Now he's making these impulsive moves based off the fact that he has a brain injury. He's presenting as weak to me. This ain't none of this shit gangster for me. You killing this dude over some pussy. Because you think he fucking rock. Child. That's it. That's the end of the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all thought. Thank y'all for being patient. I was dealing with a lot of stuff. Internet was down for the past few days. I appreciate y'all coming back. So like the video if you haven't already done so. I don't know why you ain't done so already. Like the doggone video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And I will see you on Friday for episode 3. Peace.